something in that line, but it's complex. But just for this level, we're going to look at the laws of demand for this level. Then after the laws of demand, we're also going to look at the demand curve and the demand schedule. Then after that, we're also going to look at the different forms in which the demand curves comes out. Are we together? So now first, anybody, the definition of demand, he gave us something. He said something about demand in itself means a quantity that a consumer wants to acquire. Then I said it was also correct. Then he also gave us something else. I've forgotten his definition, but the proper definition of demand is the total quantity of goods and services. Demand can simply be put as the total quantity of goods and services that consumers are willing and able to purchase at a given period of time. Are we together? Yes. We have the definition down. So now for a demand to be referred to as a demand, it has to be backed by the willingness of the consumer. What do I mean by the willingness? Like, okay, as a consumer, I want to get this thing. That is the willingness. And it also has to be backed by the ability to pay. Do you understand? Okay, I want this thing and I also have the money to get this thing. So it is backed by the willingness and the ability to pay, and it has to be within a time frame. Then that gives us the whole within a period of time. Are we together? Yes. Then now what is the definition of demand?
Demand is the total quantity of goods and services that consumers are willing and able to purchase at a particular period of time.
Then now we've addressed the whole definition of demand, yeah? Then what's the next thing I said we're going to look at? Law of demand. Thank you very much. Then the law of demand simply states that increase in price leads to decrease in quantity demanded. Not decrease in quantity, not decrease in demand. Decrease in quantity demanded. There are two different things, and we're also going to address it as we progress. Are we together? So the increase in price leads to the decrease in quantity demanded. Increase in price leads to decrease. If you increase the price, the consumers will reduce the quantity that they are buying. Exactly. Like if let's have an instance. Okay, my income is 1,000 naira. Then from that 1,000 naira, I purchase. Okay, let's say I purchase 2 copies of books every month, and the 2 copies of books are for 500 naira each. Giving my income 1,000 naira, I'm able to purchase these 2. Then eventually they increase these books to 1,000 naira for a copy because the price has increased, and my ability to tell us that if the price is being reduced, the quantity demanded will also increase, which is to say decrease in price, increase in quantity demanded, increase in quantity demanded, decrease in price. Are we together? Everybody. And for the sake of examination, we might be asked, what is the relationship? What relationship does the demand curve exhibit? Like, let me look for a way to put it. How do you describe the relationship on the demand curve? It is a negative relationship or an inverse relationship, which is to say, as one is increasing, another one is decreasing rather. Are we together? So it is either a negative relationship or an inverse relationship. We refer to it as both. Then where is my marker? Okay. Then let's assume this is our curve. I'm explaining the demand curve now. Then let's say this side is quantity, then this side is price. This is 0. This is, no, I think this should be, okay, this is 1, this is 2, this is 3. Then 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. When the price is 4 naira, individuals are buying. We understand graph? Yeah. We all do. Okay, sorry, I just needed to be sure. When the price is 4 naira, yeah, individuals are buying 0 of that commodity. Then when the price dropped to 3 naira, they started buying just 1. Are we together? Then when the price further dropped to 2 naira, they were buying 2 of that commodity. Then when it finally dropped to 1 naira, they were buying just what? 3 of that commodity, which is to show us that this thing is sloping downwards from left to right, indicating an inverse relationship. So the demand curve slopes downward from left to right. Are we together? You can just try to visualize this graph in your head. It slopes downward from left to right, indicating what? A negative relationship or an inverse relationship. Are we together? From left to right. We understand? Negative or inverse relationship. So just a quick recap. We've looked at the introduction to economics, yeah? Then what did we say is the definition of economics? Then this definition you gave to me was given to us by who? Lionel Robbins. Thank you very much. Then what is the key concept under economics? Scarcity. Then what is scarcity? Lack of risk. Then after we looked at the introduction, we went straight to demand. Then what is demand? Then the demand curve, what relationship does it exhibit?
Negative or inverse.
Then how does the demand curve slope? Downward from left to right. Thank you very much. Then I said we're also going to look at what? Demand schedule. What is demand schedule?
Consumers plan that, okay, I'm getting this today and I'm getting this tomorrow, or maybe a supply schedule for the market.
Demand schedule is a table.
You are okay. No, yeah, you are actually on point. But demand schedule, simply put, is the table that shows the total individuals are willing and ready to pay at a given period of time. You understand? The only difference between the normal definition of demand and the demand schedule is just that demand schedule is a table showing what individuals want to buy at a particular period of time. Are we together? Hi. Are we together? We understand. You understand? Demand schedule is just the table showing it. Like demand itself is the wants and the need that individual wants to buy this thing. But the table now shows, okay, this is what a particular individual wants to buy. This is what another individual wants to buy. Then this that I drew right here is what we call the demand curve. The demand curve is the graphical representation of the amount or quantity of goods and services that individuals are willing to pay at a given together. If you see demand schedule, simply they are referring to what? The table that shows what individuals are buying at what price. Do we understand? Then if you see demand curve, it simply means the graphical representation, which is the graph that shows what individuals want to buy. Do we understand what I'm trying to say? Then I think with that we've concluded what demand is about. Then going into supply, we already have what demand is, so supply shouldn't be much of an issue. Yeah. So what is supply? Anybody? Okay.
The total quantity of goods that a company to purchase. No, satisfy the producer.
Okay, thank you. Giving your definition of demand, yeah, give me the definition of supply now. The demand is just from the point of view of the consumer. Do you understand? Supply is now from the point of view of the supplier. Let's at one at a time. Sorry, excuse me, sorry. Period of time, okay.
The total units of product the consumers are willing to buy at a specific time. That's going to be what the company is going to produce.
Okay, so since we are using the word supply, instead of we just replace the word produce with sell. Do you understand? It refers to the total number or the total amount or the total units of goods and services that producers are willing to sell at a given price and over a period of time. Do we understand? So then now we understand what the definition of supply is now. Then simply going into what's it called? Law of supply. The law of supply simply states the higher the price, the higher the quantity sold. For demand, the higher the price, the lower the quantity demanded. Are we together? But for supply, the higher the price, the higher the quantity supplied. Do we understand what I'm trying to say? You've seen the difference between the both of them. Then for the supply, yeah, it shows a, what's it called? It shows a positive relationship or proportional relationship. Most times the option might carry, might also carry negative or inverse. Do we understand? So the supply curve shows a proportional relationship or a positive relationship. Are you right? Are we taking notes? The law of demand states the higher the price, higher the quantity supplied, then the relationship on the curve shows a proportional or positive relationship. And it slopes upward from left to right as well. Still another, I'm coming, sorry. Then this is 0, this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4, this is 5, and this is 6. This is quantity demanded, sorry, QS, not quantity supplied. Then this side is for P. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. When the price was 1 naira, the quantity, let me use 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. When the price was 1 naira, the company was only supplying what? Just 10 units. When the price increased to 2 naira, they started supplying what? 20 units. When it was increased to 3 naira, they started supplying 30, then 40 when it was 4, 50 when it was 5. Then you can see it is sloping upward from left to right, showing a what? A positive or a proportional relationship. Are we together? Then if you remember, I said, I think when I was giving the definition, I was giving the law of demand. I said something, change in quantity demanded and change in demand are two different things. And it is very important to note. But before we go into the complex side, do we understand so far? We understand what demand is. If we see questions underlining demand, we'll be able to answer them, yeah? We will? From demand so far? Anybody? We understand demand. We understand supply. Any question?
No, sir.
We understand so far down to this point. Then now, change in demand and change in quantity demanded are two very different things. Two very different things in what sense? Like I said, change in quantity demand is as a result of price. Are we together? When I said the increase in price leads to a decrease in quantity demanded. Like if the, what's it called? If the quantity demanded is going to increase or reduce, quantity demanded, it is as a result of what? Price. Like price is the main factor why the quantity demanded changes. Whether it increase or it decrease, whether it increase, which is positive, or it decrease, which is negative for the supplier, it is as a result of price. Change in demand is might be as a result of change in income, it might be as a result of change in taste, it might be as a result of change in tastes. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? So change in quantity demanded, price. Do we understand? Yes, then I'm going into the exam hall. I'm probably let me try and look for a question. How to set your question? Okay, if Mr. A was consuming certain units of a particular commodity, but Mr. A income increased from, what's it called? Mr. A income increased from 150 to 200 naira. I'm just trying to come up with a question in my head. How do you explain this change on the demand curve? Mr. A was consuming, okay, let's say Mr. A was consuming just 10 units of water monthly on a fixed income of 150 naira. The pure water was 1 naira per unit. Are we together? Then going into the months, Mr. A income increased from 150 naira to 200 naira. Are we together? Are we still following? Mr. A income increased from 150 to 200 naira, and also his consumption for pure water increased from 10 units to 15 units. So how do you explain that?
The higher the price, like the higher the I understand
The higher the demand, the higher the supply.
Nope, that's not what happened.
No, the higher the
money available and
the ability of the consumer, like
the consumer to get more product.
If you remember, I am trying to explain the difference between change in demand and change in quantity demanded. And as I said, change in quantity demanded is as a result of what? Price. Change in demand is as a result of other factors except, you understand what I'm trying to say? So in this instance I gave to us now, the price didn't change. The only thing that changed was Mr. A's income, and that was why he started consuming more units of pure water. So that change now is now referred to as change in demand. And on the demand curve, it will now describe it as what? A shift in the demand curve. Do you understand? Are we together?
Yes, sir.
So you understand, this is how they are most likely going to set your question. They might just ask you, and it's very important when answering questions under something like this, it's very important for you to look at, is it change in demand or change in quantity demanded? This is where the trick comes in most times. Are we together? The same thing also applies for supply. Change in supply and change in quantity supply are two different things as well. Are we together? Do we understand? Change in supply is as a result of other factors except price. Except price is the keynote there. Do we understand? Except price. But change in quantity supplied is as a result of what? Price. Price itself. Do you understand? If you see any question where they say the price increased from so naira to so naira, what will happen? Automatically you know that by default it is what? Quantity demanded or quantity supplied. Do we understand what I'm trying to say? But if you see, like, okay, let's say this particular person's income increased or the states changed from, like, okay, let's say weather, as a result of weather. A good example of weather is, let's say if as a producer I produce like 90 sweaters at 10 naira. I sell 90 sweaters at 10 naira during rainy season. Then when it comes to dry season, my supply will now reduce from 90 to, let's say, just 5. What's the cause of that? This is as a result of change in weather, and that's also referred to as well change in supply, not change in quantity supply. I didn't reduce my price or I didn't increase my price. That's why they stopped buying. It was because of the weather changed. That's why. Do we understand what change in supply and change in quantity supply is now? Do we understand? So now, anybody, definition, just give me a quick run through of what we've done so far. I think that's all under economics. Okay, wait. The change in supply, change in, okay. Then no, that's all. For this level, that's all. The rest is for 100 level. So anybody, just quick rundown. What you understand? Yeah, what you understand? Introduction, demand, supply, the laws.
In the reference, like, it showed me in the study of like human behavior that the relationship between stars and one and statistically.
No, you're tutoring me. I've forgotten. Yes, no, that's what I want now. You're tutoring me. I don't know, like, I'm of the assumption that I don't know what economics is about. Just explain it to me how you understand. Then anywhere there's a mistake, I'll correct you. There are no wrong answers, I promise.
Okay. Economics is the study of human behavior that studies that as a like God.
No,
Study
calm
of
down.
human behavior and the relationship of scars and one that has alternative living. And we talk about scarcity.
Okay.
We talk about scarcity, and scarcity is like the resources that we need for here and down.
Okay.
Then we talk about resources itself.
So a quick question. Who gave us this definition that we are making use of? Scope, not only lioness. Okay. Then continue. You stopped at scarcity.
Yeah, so we talk about resources.
Did I? I said I don't know economics at all. You're tutoring me. You're telling me I talked about.
Resources is like we have the one that is natural and the one that we need by ourselves. Talk about that and go into demand. Demand is quantity of goods a consumer are willing at given period of time and given prices. That and we go into law of demand that the higher the price, the lower quantity demand, and the lower the price, the higher the quantity demand is. And going into demand curve, when the price like is going downward or let us put it negative and impact. So then going to supply. Supply is the quantity of goods and services that the producer are willing and able to sell as they given like as they like given price and given as a particular period of time and going to the law of society, the higher the price, the higher quantity demanded, and
Okay, so I heard somewhere about what's the difference between change in demand and change in quantity demanded.
change in demand and change in quantity demanded. Means like change in demand means as like my own understanding. Change in quantity in demand, maybe you are supplying demand, I talk about demand. So the demand for food and then maybe the goods that you are demanding for, you are not getting it again from food. I'm just
Sure, go on, go on.
like let me just use sweet as an
You can
example.
use anything. I'm learning. I'm
So
here to learn.
sweet, assuming maybe before you used to get like because so sweet, maybe when you get before you got the like start selling sweet, many people are just getting it and somehow at some point it's not like price again. I'm just explaining you.
I understand. Go on.
So they're not getting it again. So maybe you are buying 6 packs before, you have to reduce it because you know that no getting it that much. I'm just
So why are they not getting it that much? That's what I'm looking for.
like where are they getting it?
Well, yeah, why?
Because
Is it because you increased your price or because of what?
you do not increase your price.
Then why exactly?
It's maybe because they do the right choice to do it. They don't
Then what are you now explaining? Is it change in demand or change in quantity demanded?
change in quantity, change in quantity demanded.
No, you said you did not increase your price and you did not reduce your price now. So it cannot be quantity demanded
Okay, change
in demand. Do you understand now?
change in quantity demanded, maybe you change.
Exactly, you reduce price. Thank you very much. So any other person? Any other person? Hi, anybody? You want to try? No wrong answers, I promise. Okay, so just quick recap, yeah? Quick recap. We said economics. The key concept of under economics, the key concept underlining economics is what? Scarcity. The most acceptable definition of economics was given to us by Professor Lionel Robbins. Then we went further to look at the definition of resources. We said resources can either be natural or man-made, and they are those things used to satisfy our needs and wants. And because nature did not provide those things in abundance, that's why we have the concept scarcity, and scarcity being the bedrock of what? Economics. Then after that, we also looked at what? Scale of preference, the order of arrangement of our needs according to their importance. We remember, we understand. If you see questions underlying things like this, we'll be able to answer them, yeah? Then after that, we went straight into the definition of demand. The demand, for a demand to actually be a demand, it should be backed by the willingness and the ability of that individual to pay at that period of time. And our definition was given to us as the total unit or commodity an individual is willing and able to pay, able to buy at a given period of time. Do you understand? Then the law of demand says the higher the price, the lower the quantity demanded. If one is increasing, another one is definitely reducing. And that goes to show what? An inverse relationship or a negative relationship. Are we together? Then demand schedule, a table showing what individuals are willing, quantities that individuals are willing to buy or pay for at given prices. Do we understand? Then demand curve is simply graphical representation. We understand. We have all of this in our notes, yeah? Then after that, we went into supply. Before that, we said demand is looking at things from the point of view of the consumers, while supply is looking at things from the point of view of what? The suppliers. Are we together? Then supply is what? The quantity of total number of goods and services that suppliers are willing to sell at given prices over a period of time. Yes? Are we together? Are we tired? We're together, yeah? Then we looked at the law of supply. We looked at, what else did we look at? Supply schedule, still the same thing, just table. Supply curve, graphical representation of, you understand? Then we looked at change in demand. Change in demand is as a result of other factors except price. Are we together? So we understand economics now. Thank you very much. Somebody help me with RAG. Don't worry, I've seen it.